some ways he felt like the pressure was off, all of the streaks, everything that had been going on, and maybe this team now could refocus. Have you ever seen that or been a part of that in college football? A loss maybe helps a team out. You never want to lose, but where
my whole life, just my whole life. I think that's a sexy answer after you get beat. You got to answer the question somehow. You got to come up with something that sounds good, I guess. But I don't know anything other than, I spent 13 years at Alabama. I've been here. This is my 14th year at Clemson. So I don't know anything other than we're supposed to win, and there's pressure to win every week, and I like that type of pressure. I love that. I embrace that. I always have. I love that type of pressure because to me there's more pressure when you're really not expected to win. To me, there's more pressure that comes with that when you're really not good enough, and you need this to happen. You need that. To me, that ain't the kind of pressure I like. I like the pressure of knowing you got a good team and hey, you're expected to win. That's all I've ever known, and my whole life, when we've lost, it's not good, but we've always tried to get better. And, I'll say that for our run here over the last 8 years. When we've lost games, we've responded. We've improved. We've gotten better. The world didn't come to an end. Good Lord of mercy. 2 years ago? 2 years ago, we lost a regular season game down at Georgia Tech when Deshaun got hurt. And, man, the world was over. We'll never win another game. How could you win a game of Cold Stout? Oh, no way. And all he did was get MVP of the Russell Athletic Bowl game. I'm thankful that we don't live in that world. We get to do something about it. And that's what we try to do. We just try to respond, try to respond, take action. And that's probably that we've built this windshield mentality in our program. And that's what we try to live by. What's next? Okay, it matters what happened, but how do we learn from it? How do we get better? What do we got to do to give ourselves a chance to win? And that's what we focus on. And the rest of it just doesn't matter. So we lost 2 years ago. Well, we came back and beat Georgia State, I think. Then we beat South Carolina. Then we beat Oklahoma. And then we won 14 in a row. And then we lost in the national championship game. Well, we came back. We won 9 in a row. I know that's expected, but it's not easy. And now we lost one. So we got a chance to start a new streak. That's what we'll focus on. Try to get to 1-0 this week.
In the grand scheme of things, I guess the playoffs sort of start this week for you guys, right? Because
playoffs have been started all year. They really have. That's why everybody says, oh, we need to add 3 more layers of playoffs. I'm like, well, we played 15 games last year. How are we going to add more games? Something's got to give. You got to get rid of something. To me, we play a playoff game every single week. Every week is a playoff game because it all matters. It truly matters. It matters had we lost to Troy the second game of the season. It all matters. And I think we got a good system, but for us, every game is a playoff. Every game is the biggest game of the year.
Coach, are you surprised a little bit just how turnovers have been an issue? Because you talked about it at times throughout the year. It's a little caught off guard because you have so many veterans on that side of the ball.
Yeah, and it's been across the board. And that's what's allowed some of these games to be a little closer than we would like. Again, we've overcome it because defensively we've played pretty doggone consistent, even when we've had games with turnovers. The other night we did. We played not good, so even though you had 630 yards of offense and 42 points, you get beat, and it comes down to losing the turnover margin once again. And so it's just one of those things we got to keep swinging. We're even. My goal is to be +5 by the end of the year, and there's still a chance. We just keep playing. That's all you can do. It's not it's not a casualness or nonchalantness or guys not having a sense of urgency. It's none of that. We've addressed it. We've just have had a bunch of plays, and we've had 4 or 5 trips inside the 5 where we get no points, and where we had a chance to put people away. You let people stay in the game, and again, next thing you know, you're in a battle, and you know, it's disappointing, but can't do anything about it. We just go play better this week. And the other flip side of that is when we have done a good job taking care of the ball, we have played some unbelievable football. Syracuse, Boston College, you know, when we've done a nice job, we've been a tough team to handle, and so hopefully, you know, we can, you know, keep fighting. I mean, I've heard me say, Kobe Bryant said one time, I'll go 0 for 30 before I go 0 for 11. You know, next one's going in, man. Next one's going in. Just keeping the right attitude, the right mindset. You know, you can't worry about it. You can't play in fear. Go play. You know, if we get a fumble, if we get a turnover, well, then let's try to get one back, and let's just keep responding. And in some of these games where we've had multiple turnovers, we've just been much better than the opponent, and we've been able to overcome it. And then some of these teams, we've been able to overcome it, you know, because we got a few back. And the other night, we weren't able to do it because we couldn't put it all together.
Would you say the defenses have done a lot more this year than last year, trying to take away the run, bringing guys up?
I think so. I think people have tried to do a good job of defending Deshaun and Wayne, but you know, we're built differently than we were last year too. You know, we're a different team. I mean, last year we had 4 freshmen at wideout: Renfro, Travion, Dion, and Ray, and Mike Williams gone. We were a different type of a team than last year, and this year we've got a bunch of guys out there, and you know, it's there's been a lot of one-on-ones that have gone to Mike, and this guy's gonna be a first-round draft pick. I mean, he's a great football player, and just like the other night, I told there were about 30 run calls that turned into passes and were great plays. I mean, it's one of the most unbelievable games by a quarterback. Outside of, a couple of plays, we're having a different conversation. It was spectacular how he managed that game. I mean, it was just unbelievable. You know, maybe the best throw of the night was the one Mike dropped, which was in that last drive. You know, I mean, he played lights out, and he's taking advantage of the things that they're giving us. You know, they're cheating people into the box. They're giving up. I mean, you're going to give Renfro space. Well, he's going to go run for 8 or 9 yards. Well, we're probably not going to be able to hand it off and get 8 or 9 yards. So, you know, to me, we are running the ball well. It's just sometimes it's a little different presentation. And then, the other night with Deshaun and his shoulder being sore, you know, it wasn't a game where we were going to force the issue, especially with their style of play. I mean, because it was just catch it and throw it. Go make a play, and we did that all night.
How is Adrian Baker progressing? Do you still expect him to play this year?
I don't know. You know, again, as I said a couple weeks ago, he practices every day. He's over on the scout team, grinding, working, and getting better. But it's on him. I mean, he's released to play, but he's just not 100% confident yet with his explosiveness and being able to go compete with the guys who are playing. So, you know, we'll see.
When you have had the opportunities to run the ball, how would you critique the run blocking this year?
We've been fine. I mean, we could be better at times. I mean, we the biggest thing is we want to run the ball efficiently. You know, last week Wayne averaged 6 point something a carry. That's kind of what we're looking for. And at times we've been really good. There's been sometimes not as good, just like every other position on the field. But I mean, our offensive line has really done a heck of a job. We've thrown the ball a lot more this year, and we're, I think, second in the league in sacks.
Sacks allowed,
Yeah, we're second in the league in sacks allowed. We haven't given up near as many sacks as we did last year, and we threw the ball less last year. And, you know, so, but the main thing is making sure that we are efficient. And but there have been some times we've had some bad, we put them in some bad situations too. And didn't necessarily give them the best chance to be successful. So proud of those guys, man. It's a good group. It's a really good group, and you got one senior. So you're talking about a bunch of young guys that are just going to continue. It's going to be a great offensive line for several years to come.
Coach, you touched on it a little bit, but what's the difference in these last two losses of yours between waiting 9 months to play again and waiting 7 days?
I feel like a basketball coach, you know. I mean, I get to play, you know, so they get to play in 2 days. We got to wait, you know, a full week. But yeah, I mean, that was a painful loss in the national championship game, and you know that you had a great team, and you know that you're not going to get a chance to play again until 9 months. So you know you got to start over, and it's a new journey, and you know. This week is different in that this is just a part of our journey. It's just that game is just a part of our journey. It's not the story isn't done. I mean, we got work to do, but we'll look back and I mean, you know, it's hard to go undefeated. It really is. And if you look at the past, you know, I mean, even Alabama last year, we both walked off the field 14-1. You know, when they dropped the confetti on the Tide, nobody was over going, yeah, but you lost to Ole Miss. You know, they were handing them the trophy. So you just keep playing. You know, Ohio State lost to Virginia Tech team early. And, you know, they just kept playing. Control what you control. And, you know, when the season was over, they won the national championship, nobody's going, yeah, but you lost to Virginia. They handed them the trophy. All right? At the end of the year, when the journey is complete, you own every part of it. Then you can write the story. Then we can have new books, Larry. You can write a whole new book. You can write a whole new book, and you did a great job on that book that documented last year. You can write a whole new book, and guess what? The Pit will be a chapter of its own. And hopefully there's no more bad chapters. Hopefully we can, you know, grow from this. That's what we're trying to do. It's just all part of the journey for this team. And we'll see where we go. But our focus is just trying to go beat Wake Forest, win the division. And, you know, Lord help us if we don't get it done, and if something happens and we get beat, well, we're 9-2. And you know what? We're going to come back and we're going to try to get 10-2. You know, that's just what we're going to do. We're going to always set our sights on trying to finish and take care of what's directly in front of us. And right now, it's Wake Forest trying to get better and try to win this thing, man. We know it's not going to be easy. It's going to be it's our 5th night game on the road. Unbelievable. You know, that's a first. So just a part of our journey. It's just a part of our journey for this year. We embrace it all, and you know, when it's all said and done, we'll look back and evaluate it all.